Hello and welcome to the virtual tour of my brand new model home, the Bennett in Fiddlers Cove. Today I want to talk to you about my top 10 tips for building this home, all the things that I love about it, the features that went into it. So listen to the whole video and you can hear all my favorite things. My number one tip when you're building a new home is to consider aging in place. It's a hot topic right now, and it's something I think everyone should be considering when they move into a home because you want to be there for a long time. So there are some easy things that we can do that make it more friendly if for any reason you needed the home to be more accessible. Number one, in this house we've got wide doorways. We tried to do at least 32-inch, or most of them are 36-inch doorways throughout the home. That makes it easier if you've got a wheelchair, a walker, even a knee scooter after a surgery, anything like that. You can get around easier in the house. We also have 0 steps from the garage to the house and the house to the back door patio. So it's great because that means basically the entire main floor is accessible for anyone with disabilities. We have lever handles on our doors. It makes it easier to grab and turn than a round handle. And we've made most of the countertops 36 inches high throughout, so it's a comfortable height. We don't have any bar height countertops that can be more difficult to reach. The second thing that I love about this house is we have a lot of smart storage. There's no basement in the house, which makes people nervous that they won't have enough room for all of their stuff. You know, you've got holiday decor and you've got vacation stuff. All of that needs a place to live. So we really made a focus of smart storage in the house. You'll find pull-out trays and kitchen cabinets. We have a nice big walk-in pantry that has a countertop for extra countertop space when you need it and storage underneath. We have an extra closet in the front hall that's 3 feet deep, so you can use it for bonus storage beyond just coats. We put in a coat closet under the stairs that can be your networking center. It's set up for have your modem, your router, all of that right there, as well as plenty of space if you're ready to do suitcases or tubs of storage, anything like that. We have a special storage nook on the staircase landing. It just worked out architecturally that there was a space there, so that could be a great storage spot or a fun little room for kids or dogs or whoever on the stairs there. And we have a bonus space upstairs that we left unfinished, where if you needed even more storage, you could use that space. My third tip when you're planning your house is to take patterns and repeat them in different places in the home. Whether or not you realize it, your brain picks up on that and it makes it feel more comfortable as you walk from room to room, that there's something familiar that you've seen in the last room and it just makes it feel like home right away. So one of the ways that we did that was with our decorative screen that you can see behind me here. We picked out a pattern and worked with WSU Go Create to make this custom, beautiful aluminum screen. And then we took the same pattern and repeated it in the powder bathroom in wood. So you've got different materials, different finishes, but the same pattern so that you see that from room to room. We also did that with tile. We've got some marble tiles that you'll see in a couple different places in the house, some green hexagons that are just repeated and small pops in different bathrooms. So that when you kind of progress through the house, it's a very similar color scheme and some patterns throughout. The fourth thing we did in this house was choose a natural color palette. We still love gray. Gray's not going anywhere, but we went with a very warm gray, and we brought in puffs of green as well. Fiddlers Cove is a neighborhood that was developed by someone who owned a tree farm. So it's very focused on nature in this neighborhood. You see trees, waterfalls, beautiful stone bridges throughout the neighborhood, and we wanted to bring that nature into the color scheme so that it would come seamlessly into the home. So you'll see lots of natural tones of creamy grays, gentle greens, a nice blonde flooring on the floor, so that it feels like you're really just an extension of the beautiful nature that's outside in this neighborhood. The fifth thing that we did in this house that I love is our focus on home technology. There are so many things that you can do technology-wise after you move into a home. but what you can't do is open up the walls and change the cabling. So we made a priority of putting Ethernet cables throughout the home where we think our future homeowners will use smart TVs or a desk for an office, that kind of thing. So you've got a hard connection directly to your router. And that router is located in a central location in the home. We've got all of the coax cables and Ethernet coming to that central point so that you can get the maximum connectivity and signal throughout the house. And you don't want that Netflix to be buffering while you're trying to watch your favorite show. So that helps to ensure a comfortable viewing experience for all the things that we use our internet for. We also installed a very cool range hood. This is a new product from GE called the Hub. That's a range hood as well as a fully functional tablet. So the front of the tablet has a camera on the front and has a camera on the bottom. You can use it for video calls. You can pull up a recipe on the tablet. You can check your calendar for the day. You can even speak to it like a Google Assistant and tell it to dim your lights or whatever you would use your normal home speaker for. So it's very multifunctional and located at a central part of the kitchen without being obtrusive or unattractive. The sixth tip is to really think about safety in your home. We live in Kansas where we get tornadoes, so of course that's a concern for everyone, especially if you're in a home without a basement. We have taken care of that. We have a special storm shelter that's built under the staircase. It's bolted right into the foundation, has 6 inches of concrete under it to make it absolutely secure. And the storm shelter has been tested to meet all of FEMA's guidelines for a true storm shelter. So it's actually safer than being in a basement where you're exposed to things that could be projectiles above. This has steel on all sides and a door with a 3-point locking system to where you are truly safe and secure inside. We put a light in there and an outlet. You can stock that with your essentials and it's just there ready to go whenever you need it. And when you don't need it for a storm shelter, it can double as a safe if you wanted to keep valuables in there or your gun collection, anything. You can put a padlock on the outside to be able to protect your valuables in the meantime. The seventh thing that we thought about when we built this house is energy efficiency. We put in a 92% efficiency furnace, a 14-SEER air conditioner, R15 blown-in insulation in all of the walls, and we have upgraded windows that have a low-E 366 coating and argon between the panes. You'll also find Energy Star appliances and electric fireplaces. All of those things contribute to a more energy-efficient home, which is good for the planet and also good for the pocketbook. Tip number 8. We wanted architectural interest throughout the house. We all love our open floor plans. It's great to be able to keep an eye on your kids while you're prepping for dinner. But at the same time, an open floor plan can feel like you're just floating in an open space and it's not as comfortable. So the way that we make sure that you don't get that floating feeling is by having varied ceiling heights and visual separations of rooms. When you walk in the door, it's a 9-foot ceiling, and then you walk through the hallway and it opens up to 10 feet. Then you see these 2 vertical screens up high near the ceiling that separate the kitchen from the dining room, from the living room. And finally, the living room opens up to a 13-foot tall vaulted ceiling with wood paneling on either side. So you really get that sense of space when you walk into the living room with the tall, dramatic windows and fireplace. It helps to make the home really feel like we've thought through all the aspects, not just the 2D floor plan, but truly that 3-dimensional feel that you have when you're in your home. Tip number 9. Of course, when you're thinking about building a new home, you have to plan your space. The layout is so important. One of my favorite things about this plan is the covered patio right off of the living room. You walk into a space that's enclosed on 3 sides. So in Wichita, that means cuts down on the wind. It also has a roof over the top with a beautiful car siding ceiling that's stained to match the interior. And then the 4th wall has a screen. so that keeps out the bugs. And being a concrete patio, it's 0 steps from the main house to the patio, and it's also very low maintenance. We plan for the future. The future homeowner has the ability to add an outdoor kitchen. We've already got a gas line ready to go, hot and cold water and a drain. So if you wanted to put in your sink and your countertops and your gas grill with an exhaust hood, all of that is ready to go for you to add on in the future. So that's an amazing feature. I also love the layout inside, especially the main floor master suite. You'll see on the tour that it flows seamlessly from the bedroom. It's got a door to the outdoor patio to enjoy that outdoor space. You've got a nice spacious bathroom, huge closet that I'm calling the dressing room, because that's how we use them these days. We want all of our clothes in the closet, not just our hanging items, so that way you can truly get dressed and ready for the day in there. And then there's a door right through to the laundry room and the exit into the garage. So it's a very smooth walking plan that you can get from space to space very comfortably. We also took features that you would normally see in a Wichita basement and we moved them upstairs. So we've got a huge area where you can set it up as a family room up there with a TV, there's an electric fireplace, a big space that would fit a full-size pool table or ping pong table. We've got hookups if you wanted to add a wet bar, that's an option. And then 2 more bedrooms and a bathroom. So you almost have a whole second house upstairs. That's perfect for guests, grandkids, teenagers, any sort of family situation works well in this plan. It's very flexible. There's also an option to finish a 3rd upstairs bedroom with an ensuite bathroom and a walk-in closet. We left that unfinished for now because some families will prefer the storage space to have a project room, but it's flexible that if you needed that additional finished area, you have that choice. The 10th and last thing that I love about this house is the main floor powder bathroom. When you have guests, the last thing you want them to see is the mess that your kids left in the bathroom that morning. So I love that you can have a separate bath that can be kept clean and beautiful, ready for guests at any time. It's also located close to the back door. So if you had a pool or if you were outdoors playing, it's easy to walk through that back door on solid surfaces and get right into the bathroom without having to walk through the whole house to get to it.